You've probably never had fish chowder like this. Deep, rich flavors that will literally make you swoon. Fresh ingredients are important, but so is the method. No worries. Renee's got it all figured out. To top it off, it's fun and easy to do right in your own backyard.
During the pandemic, I did something that many of you may have done. I purchased an outdoor pizza oven to sit beside my grill, which was fun. We made a lot of pizza. But wouldn't it be great if these things were more than just a one-trick pony?
Then one day while Renee was eating lunch at her favorite brick oven restaurant, she had an epiphany.
They cooked everything on the menu in that big wood-fired brick oven. So I wondered, why couldn't I do the same thing at home? So to kick off my summer cooking, I'm going to go way outside of the pizza oven playbook.
It's another beautiful day here in the Shire, where Renee is about to make her pizza oven fish chowder.
First step. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of olive oil in the bottom just to make sure our pan is greased. We're just going to turn that, make sure that gets spread around. And that's just kind of to get this whole thing started. The next thing we're going to do is I've got some chopped bacon here, and they're not tiny chops, but they're perfect size for this. So we're going to put those right in the bottom. And I've got some potatoes, and I'm going to put those right in there with that. And these are just the small red potatoes. You can use any kind of potatoes that you want. It really doesn't matter. These are just sturdy and they'll hold up well. And then we're going to put some onions right on top of that. Put a little bit more olive oil on the top, drizzle just a little bit. Probably looking at a tablespoon underneath and about half a teaspoon on top. And we're going to give that a little stir. Make sure everything gets coated in that oil. And this is olive oil that we're using today. We're going to put a little pepper. The wind is blowing. It's going. Whoops. Okay. Put a little pepper. And we're going to give that some salt. Just a little bit of salt because you've got that bacon in there. I'm going to stir that one more time. And we're going to put that right in the oven. And right now it's at 500 degrees. We're going to lift that lid, the opening, and we're just going to put that right in there. And I'm going to start it right kind of not quite in the middle, towards the front. Okay, so we're going to let that sit, and we're going to keep an eye on that because this oven is hotter than a normal oven. And I have it that way intentionally, and then we'll move on to the next step. While this is cooking, I was wondering if any of you who did buy one of these or has one of these, have you ever done anything in it besides pizza? Or have you known anyone who's made something in their pizza oven that wasn't pizza? And if you have, I'd love to know your stories. Tell me in the comments below. Okay, we're going to give this a try. It's been about 3 minutes. We're going to take a look at this. Oh, look at that going. Okay, we want that char on there. You just want to make sure you don't touch all of this. And all of that bacon is browning nicely. This time I'm going to put it a little closer to the front where it's not quite so hot. The heat is coming from the back. And so we're going to bring this right up to the front here. Okay, it's been another couple of minutes and we're going to give this another try. Take a look at it. Oh, wow. I have a piece of slate here that I'm using so that it doesn't burn through anything. This is extremely hot. Oh my gosh, I wish you could smell this. It smells like heaven. Oh, and those onions that's just what you want to see, is you want to see that they're translucent at this point. We're going to pick this up. Whoops, and we're going to put that back in there. We're going to give it another couple of minutes and see how those onions are browning. We want the onions browned and the potatoes cooked. Okay, so let's take a look at this now. You can see how everything is changing color, and this time in between, it's been about a minute and a half. It literally cooks like you would not believe. So fast. Oh, the smell. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're about, I would say, halfway through. We're going to put this corn in and the garlic. And we're going to give that a stir so that gets coated in all of that deliciousness. Oh my word, that looks delicious. Oh my gosh. Just can't even believe. Okay, let's put this in. Just make sure if you have one of these or you get one of these, that you don't touch the outside. It is very hot. Okay, let's give this, oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna stir that corn, and we are just getting, look, see the corn is already starting to brown. I'm gonna just stir that up again. And the bacon is looking nice. Oh, the bacon looks crispy. Let's see if how the potatoes are, those are perfect. We'll just keep this going. All right, we're going to put that in again. Okay, so we're going to take this out again. Oh, and that's what I'm looking for. Let's get that stirred up. Woo! That is hot. Oh, look at those potatoes are done. The bacon is done. I don't know if we can see the pieces of bacon in there, but that bacon is perfect. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put our fish in. And I'm just going to put a little bit of olive. No, I'm going to. And I put this in whole pieces because it doesn't get overcooked that way. And it will break up once we stir the milk in, the cream. All right, we're going to give that just probably a minute. So I just realized I forgot to put the thyme in. So we're going to take this back out really quickly. And we're just going to put that in and stir that in just a little bit. I'm going to put it right under the fish. And that fish has already started to cook. So, all right, we'll put that right there.
I'm not going to say that the smell wafting out of that chimney is unbelievable, but it wouldn't surprise me in the least if the locals don't start lining up soon. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Okay, so here is the fish. If you can believe it, it's been in there for about a minute and it's almost completely done. And it's going to keep cooking. I'm going to put it in for another 30 seconds or so. I want that to break up easily, but I don't want it starting to curl up on the side. So we're gonna go another 30 seconds and check this. And then we're gonna add the last piece of this, and this serves too, and it is just a quick, you have to stand here and watch it, but it's a very quick, easy, very delicious meal. We're going to take this out now. All right, now what I want is, see how that's breaking up? You want, and that's what we want. And now what we're going to do is we're going to stir this up with that fish in there. Fish, it's going to work itself through. And we're going to put some cream in there. And I'm going to put it in this oven for about 20 seconds. And I'm turning this. I'm going to stir it. Oh, does that look divine? Okay. And I think that is good enough. Whoops, that is so hot. All right, out of here. That took about 20-25 seconds. So I'm going to add just a splash of oil, salt. And there is some fish chowder. If you want to add more milk or cream to this to make it more traditional looking, you can. But I can promise you that this is the best tasting fish chowder you've ever had. And what I'm going to do, and it's just anti-intuitive, but I'm going to put a splash of balsamic vinegar in here just to elevate it. You are not going to taste the vinegar. You are going to taste a deep richness because of the balsamic vinegar. We're just going to put a little splash in there. Stir that up. It's very hot right now. We're going to let it sit for about, I'd say 3 to 5 minutes. Probably longer, but I don't know if I can wait. And then we're going to give this a taste. Okay, so we're going to give this a try. There's some fish and those potatoes that are just caramelized to pieces. We're going to take a taste of the, oh my gosh, look at, I don't know if you can see this, but that looks amazing. Okay, so we're going to give this a try. Some pieces of, oh, this, oh, I just can't tell you how great this smells. Oh my word. It is so, it's just, I wish I could feed you some of this. It's like heaven. Oh, wow. This is amazing. It tastes heavenly. I hope you try this and I hope you love it. It's so easy and my kitchen is clean.
Don't go too far. Renee's got another video right here on the back burner waiting just for you. Looking for the recipe card for this one? I've got you. Scan the QR code that's on the screen now or click the link in the description below. Don't worry, I'll keep the kettle on for you.